Hiya, my name is King, but you can just call me King, and today we are back doing another tier ranking video. We're going to be doing tier ranking exactly like I did it before with Pokemon characters, and that is we're going to do it based on marriageability. The characters that we're going to be doing today are actually going to be all of the Pokemon champions and then also the Elite Four members. Now, I couldn't find a tier with like all of them on it, so we have two different tiers, and I think that it makes sense to kind of rank them separately anyways because they are different. The Elite Four and the champions kind of go hand in hand, but they're not exactly the same. We are going to start off the video by ranking the champions, and then we'll move into ranking the Elite Four members right afterwards. The tiers are exactly the same as they were in the last video, so our top tier is going to be marriage. Then we're going to go into swoon, so those are going to be the characters that I like, but I wouldn't necessarily marry. And then we have the cool friend zone, which is our first friend zone tier. And then the mid friend zone, these kind of speak for themselves. And then our last tier is just ew. Which is also pretty self-explanatory too. Alright, so we're just going to jump right into this here. Honestly, a lot of these champions I actually know, but I feel like some of them I don't remember. So I'm going to try my best here. Some of these pictures I think are like cut off, I'm noticing. We're just going to work with it. So to start off here, our first champion is going to be Gary, or Blue, or Green, or whatever you want to call him. He has many names, but he is our first champion. Gary is, I think we ranked him in the gym leader video, if I'm not mistaken, or we ranked a version of him in the gym leader video, and he's not really my vibe. Like, he's just an asshole. So I'm gonna go ahead and put him in the mid friend zone. I don't remember where I ranked him in the gym leader video, but today I feel like he's going in the mid friend zone. I just feel like we would just have arguments with each other all the time. I don't think that me and Gary could be friends. Our personalities probably would clash and we would just end up swearing continuously at each other. Iris is next. I love Iris. I'm gonna put her in cool friend zone because she's not really a character that I would say that I would marry or swoon for, but she's a baddie for real. I feel like we could be best buds. She's really, really chill. I still haven't played Black and White or Black and White 2, so my opinion on Iris is kind of solely based off of the anime and what I've kind of seen of her in like playthroughs, but I still think that she's really cool. Now, this might also be because I've never played Black and White or Black and White 2, because I believe that this is Alder. I looked up his name once before for a short that I made, and I can't even remember if that's his name or not, but I think it's Alder or something like that. I'm probably pronouncing it wrong. Unlike Iris, who I was able to kind of base an opinion off of based on the anime and some of the clips that I've seen from the game, Alder, I have no idea what he is or what he does. So this is going to be based off of looks. And yeah, I think that's a pretty good spot for him. Like, no hate to Alder. He's not my type. I don't feel like we would vibe. He kind of looks like a very ancient, wise man, but I feel like he would be very boring. Next up, we have Cynthia. Easy marriage. That's not even, I don't think that that's like an argument. That's not a hot take. That's nothing. That, like, if I put her in a different category, I feel like that would be blasphemy. Like, it's Cynthia. She is the original baddie. She is the original girl boss gatekeep. I love her. She's beautiful. She's freaking strong as hell. Her team is like wild. I feel like everybody has had that story of battling Cynthia and just getting absolutely fucking smoked. And that's amazing. I love that she was able to create such an impact, especially because there isn't a lot of female champions to begin with. I'm really glad that Cynthia has like cemented herself in the champion lineup and is a lot of people's favorite champion. Cynthia is actually my favorite champion, like hands down, she's the best one. There are a lot of close contenders, which we'll get to in this list here, but Cynthia is my favorite champion. She is top tier and I love her, and I'm so glad that she is top tier for a lot of people. Next up, we have How. Is How a champion? Like, I'm trying to remember, and I've played Sun Moon like quite a bit. I don't know, does he really count as a champion is my question here. Well, that aside, I'll put him in the cool friend zone because I thought he was a really chill character. I liked Hao for who he was. I know a lot of people thought that he was really annoying and shit like that. I understand that a lot of people didn't like the rival who's kind of nice to you and isn't an asshole like Gary, but honestly, I appreciate a nice rival every now and then who has that more friendly competition with you instead of just being an asshole the whole time. I feel like we could be buds. Next up, we have Lance the dragon trainer. Lance, see, I feel like Lance needs a total overhaul of his personality. Like, I can't really name one personality trait of this guy, and it's probably just because I don't remember the games very well. Like, he was the champion in... I'm having a bad memory. He was the champion in... Gold Silver, right? I think so. And he was okay, but like I don't know really. Like I can't really point out a single thing that I really liked about him. I'm just gonna put him in mid friend zone. Like, I don't think that we would have very long conversations. It'd probably just be like, hey, how's the weather? Oh, it's raining again. Like, I don't know. We have like water cooler conversations and that's it, because I don't know. He doesn't really seem interesting. Like, yeah, he's a dragon trainer. I guess he has a Charizard, but like, so does so many other people. This is Steven. I do like Steven. Steven is cool. He doesn't have a face in this tier list. He just doesn't have a face. It's just legs and his torso and his arms. Steven's cool. I'm gonna put him in Swoon because I like Steven. I haven't really played Emerald or Ruby or Sapphire in a very long time, so I don't really remember a lot of Steven's character in that. I just really remember how he looks and kind of how he carries himself to an extent. So I'm gonna put him in Swoon because I think he's really hot. Wallace. I love Wallace. I think in my gym leader video I put him in Swoon. I can't remember. Maybe I put him in Marriage. I don't remember. I'm gonna put him in Marriage this time. The reason I'm gonna put him in Marriage this time is because I've had a little bit of a reflection on some of the Pokemon characters that I like or simp for, or whatever you want to call it, and I realized that I actually do really like Wallace. Like, his character traits and his personality are really interesting, and I like the way he carries himself, and his design is like flawless, right? Like, he just slays, and he ate and left no crumbs every single time he appears in the anime or the game, so I love and respect him for it. So Marriage 100%, even though I don't think he would marry me. He'd probably laugh in my face. Next up, we have Professor Kukui, who his picture is just his abs. That's all you need. He's going in Marriage too, obviously. I do love Professor Kukui a lot. He wasn't the original hot professor. Like, they made Professor Sycamore, and then they were like, what can we do to like one up Professor Sycamore and make another hot professor? And they went shirtless buff dude who's also a wrestler, who is also the champion, who is just cool and has like a rock ruff and like sunglasses. I really enjoyed him in the anime. I felt like he had very much like like daddy energy. He's just hot. Like, I don't know what else you want from me. I don't think that I need to explain this anymore. I know he's married to Professor Burnett, but like, let's pretend he's not for a second. I'm right there. Sorry. Next up, we have Leon, another Marriage. I love Leon too. I know a lot of people like really disliked his design and thought he looked like an idiot. Like, I remember when Sword and Shield first came out, I saw so many people being like, wow, this guy looks like a fucking clown. But I don't see it. I think that he's like a really genuine character. He kind of has some himbo like nature to him where he gets lost. He doesn't really understand a lot of things, but I think that that's really endearing for him, especially for him being a champion like that too. I really liked him in Sword and Shield. I thought he was a great addition. I liked him in the anime too. I felt like he had a lot more character development and personality in the anime, so he just slaps. And once again, he's just hot. My standards for this list is like, is he hot? Marriage. and like, Cynthia, is she a baddie? Marriage. It's like, really, that's just how it is. Okay, next up we have Diantha. I'll put how it's spelt and then you could tell me if I'm saying it wrong or not. She was a champion in X and Y. Oof, okay. Because she's not ill. I'll give it to her, she's very pretty, and I do like her character design. But man, did this champion suck. She, like, kind of sucked. I don't know what happened with X and Y. Actually, I do know what happened with X and Y. They just gave up on the story. They were like, you want a game with story in it? We'll give story to maybe 2 characters, and then the rest are just going to be fucking NPCs. And that's really what Diantha is. She is just an NPC that they decided to make the Pokemon champion. It doesn't matter how much I like her design. It doesn't matter how much, like, I like her team or her aesthetic or whatever. She's just not good. Like, she's so boring, and she doesn't bring anything to the table besides how she looks. And it's like that's great, I guess. Her design is really good, but she's just, I don't know, she's nothing else. She does nothing else in the game. I'm gonna put her in mid-friend zone. She's very much tiering the ew, but I don't want to put her there because I do like her design. So she has that redeeming quality to her. And if I was able to rank some marriage characters just because I think they're hot, I'm pretty sure I can bump her up like a little bit just because I think she's pretty. You know what I mean? And then lastly, we have Geeta. Geeta again. I'm going to put her in mid... Well... yeah, I'm going to put her in mid-friend zone too because it's the same problem as Diantha. Well... She doesn't really have the same problem as Diantha because I liked her character a lot more in Scarlet Violet. She had a lot more to do in the game, and she was involved in the plot a little bit more and, like, kind of checked in on you, and I enjoyed her encouragement and her personality and her vibes. I'm actually going to put her in cool friend zone. I really liked her, but she just was not a good champion. Her team sucked. Her battle at the end sucked. Like, I'm so very sorry, but it just all sucked. It was so anticlimactic, and I think I blew through her team within like 10 minutes at most. She just doesn't bring anything like threatening or badass to the table. If she was going to be the champion, then she should have had a stronger team and maybe just a better strategy overall, because her team consisted of like really silly Pokemon, and we got like one area 0 Pokemon, but it sucked. It was like the worst one. And like if she would have had Great Tusks or Iron Treads or just some other Paradox Pokemon, I feel like her battle wouldn't be as bad. And they decided to give her like the weirdest freaking Area 0 Pokemon that they could, and it brought absolutely nothing to the table. I didn't feel threatened by it, and that was her ace. Come on, your ace Pokemon should be something that leaves a lasting mark on the trainers and the players who are battling you. But all the only lasting mark that left was, wow, this was a fucking stupid battle. And I feel so bad because I think Geeta has a really, really good design, and I think that her personality does fit well for a champion, but they just fucked her team. And unfortunately, that's why she's not on the marriage or the swoon for me, because as much as I like her character, I can't forget that battle, and I can't forget that impression she left after her pitiful fucking team just rolled up and just completely got obliterated by me. Well, here is my list of champions based on marriageability in my opinion. Please let me know in the comments if you agreed with my list, if you disagreed with it, if I'm dumb and I'm stupid. And we will move right into the Elite Four members now. Okay, and here is the Elite Four members tier list. Everything is the same in terms of the categories and the tiers, and I'm pretty sure I got everybody here, so we're gonna jump right into this. Now, with the champions, I pretty much knew all of their names, but I will tell you, there are a lot of people in here I don't know, so we're gonna get a lot of random fucking names again, so I hope everybody's excited for that. Okay, so first up on the Elite Four list here, we have Aaron, I believe is this guy's name. He's the Bug-type Elite Four member from Diamond and Pearl. Aaron is okay. I'm gonna put him in the cool friend zone. Not really my type, I don't think, but he's like alright. I can't remember a single personality trait of this man, so this is completely based off of looks, and he's okay. I like his like kind of semi-crop top tank top that he has. I think that's like slay. Acerola, I like Acerola. I'm gonna put her in the cool friend zone too. Definitely not a character that I would swoon for, but I really do like her. I like her design. I like her Mimikyu style and everything like that. And I thought she was a pretty cool Elite Four member. So I definitely will put her in the cool friend zone because she's very, very chill and I like her vibe and she's very spoopy but cute. Next up we have Agnes. Is this Agnes? I feel like that's her name. And even if that isn't her name, she looks like an Agnes. Agnes scares me. Ew. She looks like she would put a hex on me. I'm actually a little kind of worried about putting her in the ill category because I feel like I'm cursed now. Next up we have Bertha. She slays. She does slay. Is she a swoon? I have to think about this for a second. Yeah, you know what? I'll put her in the swoon. I think she slays. If I remember correctly, she has a Mamoswine, and I think that's pretty badass that this like older woman has a Mamoswine and she just fucking slays with it. So I'm definitely gonna put her in swoon because I think that she's just a baddie as fuck. Next up we have Caitlyn. I don't know much about Caitlyn except the fact that she has like a really weird hat, so she's gonna go in the mid friend zone. She also kind of looks a little pretentious. I feel like she might think that she's better than me and then not want to interact with me at all. That's kind of the vibe that she's giving. So next up we have this guy who I have no idea who this is at all. I'm gonna call him Sebastian. So Sebastian looks like a fighter, obviously. I'm gonna go ahead and assume he's a fighting type Elite Four member. I feel like we could be friends. We could like go to the gym together. I think that he could like spot me. I could spot him. It could be cool. We could be gym buddies or something. Who is this? Some of these must be from Black and White because I have no fucking idea who this is. This is Derek. Now Derek is wearing a cape, I think, so that's pretty cool. He's kind of like edgy. Is he a superhero? Is he like a royal figure? I don't really know, but Derek is gonna go in mid friend zone, I guess. I don't know enough about him. His cape is cool, but it doesn't bring him up enough for me to put him in the cool friend zone because I feel like I might see him in the hallway at the office and be like, oh, that cape's pretty rad, and then we wouldn't really talk again. Now this character I vaguely remember. She's from X and Y, I believe. She's a dragon type gym leader, but she's kind of like an older woman, and I think that actually slays. I'm gonna put her in, not in swoon. I don't know enough about her to put her in swoon. I think her name is like Deanne. So Deanne, I'm gonna put in the cool friend zone because I thought that her character was cool. I really like seeing the older Elite Four members have really badass Pokemon. Next up we have Flint, who looks like a fucking clown. But you know what? I actually like Flint, so he's going in the swoon. I enjoyed that he was actually integrated into the story because I feel like a lot of the Elite Four members in some other games aren't really integrated into the story, so it's a little tough, you know, for me to judge them or put them on this list if I know nothing about them. But Flint definitely played a part in the game. The reason he's not in Marriage is it's his hair. He looks like fucking Ronald McDonald. Like, I cannot imagine waking up next to Ronald McDonald every morning of my married life. I just couldn't do it. This here is Rachel. Now, Rachel has really cool hair. She looks almost like royalty, and I'm a king, obviously, if you didn't know that yet. So I do have some respect for my royal brothers and sisters and siblings, but I don't know, she looks kind of like those British judges wear the powdered wigs. That's kind of what she's giving. Rachel's gonna go in mid friend zone. This guy, I forget his name, but I have seen him before. I think his name is Riley. Is that his name? Is it Riley? No, Riley is the Lucario guy. He's going in ill. I was gonna put him in mid friend zone, but I'm just like thinking about it and he looks really fucking creepy. Like, if I was walking down the street alone at night and this guy pulled up behind me, I would fucking scream or just die. Like, there's no way. I would be calling Officer Jenny like, girl, come get me, this fucking weirdo. He's following me. He looks creepy. I don't know, I just couldn't. There's something about him that looks creepy. Also, I have seen him in a lot of fan art and a lot of people I think like him, so I'm probably gonna make a lot of people very angry with my tier here, but I'm sorry, I just can't. He looks scary. Paula slays. He's cool. I'm gonna put him in cool friend zone. He's not really my type, so he's not gonna be in the top. In the last video, I said that I wasn't really into gilfs, and this applies here still. But I think that we could be good friends, definitely. We can be buddies. We could have some type of bond, I feel. We could, like, be chill. I think that we would be bros. Maybe I bring Chips to, like, his housewarming party or something like that. I don't know. All right, next up we have Hazel. Probably saying that wrong. I can see how it's spelt in my head, and I would pronounce it like Hazel, I guess, because Hassel is like a word. So I'm gonna say it's Hazel. Hazel is an Elite Four member, but he's also the art teacher in Scarlet Violet, and I think that that's really cool. Being an artist myself, I do respect an art teacher. I liked how he carried himself. I'm gonna put him in marriage. You know what? I was gonna put him in Swoon, but I'm like, no, I like his personality enough that I feel like he would be really cool to have as a husband. So I think that we could like have a gallery room, and we could go and paint, and it would have like one of those like windowed sunroof type of things, and then the sun could come in and we could do our painting together. He's a vibe. He's chill. Next up, we have this girl who was randomly introduced into the Elite Four as some random bird golfer woman whose name is Birdie. So Birdie's really pretty, but she's going in mid-friend zone because I just was so baffled by her inclusion in the Elite Four and Sun and Moon that the only lasting impact that she has on my memory is what the fuck. Like, why was she there? She was not in the game anywhere else and just randomly showed up as this Elite Four member and is like, hi, I'm here now. She just appeared and then expected respect, and no. Just no. All right, next up we have Claire. Claire is gonna go in Swoon because she's very pretty. So she's gonna go there because she does slay, and I appreciate that. This is Koga, I believe. Koga looks like a ninja. He looks very cool. I actually recently was just remembering my Lego Ninjago phase that I had when I was like 14. I was obsessed with Lego Ninjagos. I do like ninjas. I think that they're cool. Ninja characters have always been interesting to me. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna put Koga in Swoon too. He looks like Kai from Lego Ninjago, who is my favorite character from that series. Next up, we have Lance. Lance was in my champion ranking. We just ranked him, and I'm gonna put him in the same spot, mid-friend zone. I already talked about Lance in this video, so I don't need to talk about him again. Larry! Larry is here. He is tired, and he is queer, and I love him for it. I'm gonna put him in Swoon. Larry is a type of character that I feel like a lot of people would have ranked in the marriage category, but I just like kind of like him. I think that he's a really interesting character. I like that he's just like a tired office worker, but he's also an Elite Four member. I loved that so much for him, but I also think that he's a little too boring for me to put in the marriage category, unfortunately. Next up, we have this woman who I remember specifically on a tag team card of her and Misty. I don't remember what her name is. I think it was Rena. Well, Rena looks very pretty. She really, really does, but I don't know enough about her to really put her in the Swoon. I'm gonna put her in cool friend zone. She's very much teetering on the Swoon because I really like her look and I like her aesthetic, but she just isn't there because I don't know anything about her. So cool friend zone for you, Rena. Next up, we have this guy whose name I forget. I remember him playing a very big part in the anime for seemingly no reason. I remember him like battling Ash like way before that it was even the Elite Four that Ash was challenging, so it was a bit strange. His name is Lucian. Lucian, is that his name? Like Lucian Carr, like the beat poetry person, the historical figure, Lucian Carr. No, I don't know. I'm gonna put him in Swoon. I liked his psychic vibe. I definitely thought he gave off very like 70s aesthetic because he had like the glasses, like the round glasses and everything like that. Like he looks like he would be a part of the Beatles. From what I remember in the anime, he was actually a very compelling and interesting character. So next up, we have the maybe Team Flare member of the Elite Four from X and Y. I still don't even know if that's correct. Like I remember encountering her in that game. I also remember seeing somewhere online, and that means nothing. That means absolutely fucking nothing. But I remember seeing online that she was a part of Team Flare, and she also kind of looks like she's a part of Team Flare, but I can't recall a single moment where she was like, yeah, I'm from Team Flare, so I don't remember. Her name is Melvie, I think, or something like that. It's something weird like that. I don't know. But I'll put her in Swoon because I do know a little bit more about her than I do Rena here, but I don't know enough about her to put her in the marriage category or anything like that. So Swoon it is for her because I like her hair. I like her glasses. I think that she accessorizes very nicely. Okay, next up we have another karate man. I don't know who this is at all. His name is Bob. Bob is like a karate man, but it also looks like he's wearing a life jacket. I'm assuming he's a fighting type Elite Four member, but I have no idea. Bob kind of sucks. He's gonna go in ew. I'm not feeling this vibe. He looks so silly. Goodbye. Okay, next up we have Mullane. I don't know how to pronounce his name. In the last video, I called him Lionel That's not his name. It's like Mulane or something. But he's cool. I'm gonna put him in Swoon. Yes, I'm gonna put him in Swoon. I don't remember what I put him in the last video, but I do really like him, and I like his glasses. There's more of that glasses representation that I love. He's just a nerd, so he's cool. I wish that his character was a little bit more developed. You know, that's why he's in Swoon and not in Marriage, because I feel like if he had a little bit more character development and a little bit more to do in the games, then I would appreciate him a little bit more and bump him up to Marriage. But he's very close to being in that Marriage category, let me tell you. Okay, next we have Olivia. Easy. Marriage. I said this in the last video too. Olivia is by far the hottest female Pokemon character to exist. Like, I'm sorry, nobody is hotter than Olivia, and nobody else carries herself like Olivia either. Like, Olivia is a baddie and she knows it, and I love to see it. She just exudes confidence within herself and within her Pokemon battling skills and her team, and I just adore her so much. I could go on and on and on and on all day about how much I love this character, but I don't think that I will. We'll just leave it at that. Next up we have Phoebe. I think that's her name. I'm pretty sure her name is Phoebe. I'm not 100% sure. I can't remember. Phoebe is from a game I don't think I have much experience with because I can't pinpoint what generation or what game she's from. I can't remember. But I think that Phoebe and I could be like kind of friends. She seems very tropical and like she would be a friend that you would take on vacation with you, and then y'all could just like hang out by the pool and like talk shit and like drink margaritas or something like that. So I think that she's cool in that sense. Rika, oh my god, easy Marriage. I fucking love Rika. When I saw her in the Scarlet Violet game, or when I first played Violet and she like appeared, I was like, who is this mamacita? She's so freaking gorgeous. Like, I don't know. I can't explain it. Words will not do her justice. She's just so perfect and pretty, and I love her aesthetic. Holy crap. Like, she just gives everybody gay panic. It doesn't matter who you are. Like, legitimately, she is just amazing. She is probably one of my favorite Pokemon characters to date, especially in like more of like the modern games. Like, when I think about Sword and Shield, they had a lot of good character designs in there, but not a lot that really like blew me away or wowed me to a point where I was like, what the frig, this is like a favorite character of mine already. Rika took that spot, man. She slayed the game. She slayed her aesthetic. She slayed everything. This woman came in and took everything and left absolutely no fucking crumbs ever. The new set that's coming out, I think November or like close to the end of this year, apparently has a regular trainer card of Rika, which might mean that we're gonna get a full art card of Rika. And when I tell you I am ready to drop the biggest bucks on that card, y'all have no idea. Love Rika, 10 out of 10, would marry again. Poppy's going in mid-friend zone, and I honestly almost want to put her in ill. I'm gonna be real. There's just something about some literal 3-year-old rolling up and being in the Elite Four that I just can't stand. I found her a little annoying. I don't know why we have an actual toddler in the Elite Four now. She's wearing a bonnet. It's just weird. I don't know. And it's fine. Like, I like her team. She had a very challenging battle. I remember like almost dying to her because her team is actually very strong, but the literal toddler being in the Elite Four is just not really something that I like very much. Like, when I think about the Elite Four, I think about very experienced Pokemon trainers who have been doing this for a while and have created a team that they know will be good. Like, they're alongside the champion, so they should have that battle experience and everything. So why is Poppy here? It's just weird, and it's one of those things where if you like think about it too much, it just blows your mind up. So I don't know. She's an enigma. So she's gonna go in mid friend zone because I don't like babysitting. Okay, next up we have Sydney. I would think that this guy was from Sword and Shield. I don't remember. I see cards of him. I can't name a single other thing about this guy, so he's gonna go in ill. Also, what is this hair? Like, what is this chocolate chip head ass looking hair and like this weird contorted spine? No, just no. I almost thought that this was Wiki from like Sun and Moon, but it's not. This is not Wiki. I believe this is a black and white Elite Four member. I keep on saying that every single one that I don't know what it is, I'm like, this must be from black and white, which is probably not. I don't know what she's from. I'm gonna call her Wendy. Wendy, it looks a little stupid. I'm not gonna lie. I believe it does look like she has glasses, which I do like in my Pokemon characters, but it's not working for me. It's not doing it. She looks like a weird butterfly. And like, is that her hair or does she just have a bowl cut? I can't even tell. What is this design? Whoever designed this character must have been on drugs or something. Like, I don't know what the like, what is happening here? I have no idea. Next up, we have Chef Linguini from Ratatouille. Now, Linguini was from X and Y. He was a chef. He definitely was an Elite Four member, I guess. He's gonna go in ew. I'm not a huge fan of Linguini here. He just exists. I don't know, like, I can't even pull out, like, a piece of his dialogue. I don't even know what Pokemon are on this guy's team. These other ones I kind of do remember, but I have no fucking idea. He's just there. He certainly does exist. Next up, we have this guy who's a knight, and he has, like, Wolverine hair. I'm gonna call him Logan instead of Logan. So Logan is gonna go in ew. There's something wrong. There's something wrong with his design. There's something wrong with his face. Look at his goofy ass armor. It looks weird, man. He looks like a Rescue Heroes toy. Like, they usually have like the firefighter jackets and they're longer than their legs, but they still wanted to make the characters be able to like move their legs, so their like jacket is now a part of their leg and it's usually like cut in half and you move their leg and it's all weird. That's what he looks like. Oh god. And then lastly, we have this girl. I don't know who she is at all. I'm gonna call her Missy. Now Missy looks very mysterious. She looks like maybe she knows how to do a magic trick or two, so that's kind of cool. I'm gonna put her in cool friend zone because if you know how to do a magic trick, you're probably gonna entertain me because I'm a fucking dumbass and I probably will be like, whoa, magic. So I think that she could at least entertain me. All right, well, that is my Elite Four ranking list here. Not a lot of people in marriage in this one. There's a lot of Elite Four members that did not leave a lasting mark on me, so I just was like, I don't know. But the ones that are in the marriage category are like banger characters, so it's very hit or miss with the Elite Four. I feel like you either have really, really good characters that bring a lot to the table, or you just have ass characters that bring nothing but ass to the table, and not in a good way either. So those are my tier lists here for the champions and also for the Elite Four members. I'll probably post both of them on Twitter so that everybody can like judge me on there. But if you're watching this video, make sure to let me know in the comments if you agreed with my list, if I'm dumb and I'm wrong and you think I'm stupid. And let me know if you want me to do another one of these. We still have a couple of Pokemon trainers that I think that we could fit in a ranking video because we have not done evil team leaders. We have not done evil team admin leaders either. We haven't even had Guzma on one of these lists yet, which is like a character I would die for. So that's something that we could maybe do. We haven't even done Pokemon professors, so I feel like we could kind of clean up the last of the characters or the character types in Pokemon and kind of do a video on that. So if you want to see that, make sure to subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell because I try to post videos every Tuesday, and I just hope that you have a wonderful rest of your day and you take care, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!